So Trey Kell has had an incredible freshman season for San Diego State. And it all started in Maui. And when we saw this kid play in Maui, we went, are you for real? This guy's a freshman? This guy's going to be a star. And the best part about what he's done is it's not just his contribution on the court for me. It's the teammate that he is. Because a lot of kids could start off as hot as he did and then maybe become a pain in the ass if these guys aren't like automatically all the time playing. He's been a great team player, in my opinion, when he's got all these seniors in front of him. And he's been a huge contributor from St. Augustine High School, an incredible freshman year. Trey Kell from San Diego State getting ready for Boise State on Saturday. Trey, welcome to the show. How you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
Doing really good. Yourself?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you. All right, you ready?
Yes,
today
sir.
is February 26th, 2015. Is that today's date, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds right.
Trey's looking at his phone. He's like, yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
sounds
good.
right.
20,
Sounds
It is the 26th. Yeah, let's confirm it.
Dude, 1 year ago today, what are you doing?
Oh, man. It was pretty stressful. Just trying to figure out where I was going to go to school and also focus on my high school team and my family and stuff like that. So, I mean, it was a tough time, but I made the right decision in the end.
Well, where else were you debating about going other than San Diego State?
State, Vanderbilt, Oregon, and Gonzaga.
Mm-hmm. And what was the deciding factor for you? Because we've had a lot of other local, high-profile high school basketball stars, but very few have chosen to stay home. What made you decide to stay home?
I wanted to stay home because I could help support my family. You know, they could stay and watch the games. So I mean, I thought I could give that to them. Plus, I mean, they've been watching me all my life. So I mean, I felt like I could give them that opportunity since they've been supporting me.
I understand that. Trey Kell averaging 6.4 points in his freshman year for San Diego State, has 15 starts in 27 games. Trey, would you say you kind of grew up seeing the explosion of San Diego State basketball?
For sure. I always, being a kid, always watched the local team. So, I mean, I've watched State since the Kawhi and Billy White days, watched the program grow up. And then now it's cool to be a part of it and watch us keep succeeding and growing as a program. Did
you go at all before you were being highly recruited? Did you go to San Diego State basketball games?
Yeah, I went to a lot of them, especially last year, my senior year in high school. If I wasn't doing anything, if I didn't have homework and State had a game, I would always go and support the team and just be in that atmosphere.
But was there ever a time where you, long before you were, being recruited, where you went to a San Diego State game and you were like, I love this. I want to come here and be part of this. And there's 12,414. I want to play on this floor. I want to play in front of this crowd. Did you ever have that experience?
Yeah, it was. I don't remember exactly. I want to say like 2 or 3 years ago. It was Kawhi that one year where they lost like 3 games or something crazy like that.
32 and 3 year.
My parents' friend had season tickets and they weren't going to the game, so they gave them to me and my dad, and we showed up to the game and we just saw the crowd going crazy, the players, the coaches, how much they're into the game, and then ever since that moment, I realized if I could, State would always be an option for me.
Trey Kell on Scott and BR on the Mighty 1090, getting ready for Boise State on Saturday. Did you feel like this year when you first got started, like I'm immediately going to walk through the door and really get a lot of playing time, or did you perhaps surprise yourself with the way you were able to break into the lineup in the early part of the season?
I felt like coming in, if I worked hard, I would have the opportunity. But, I mean, like since I'm a freshman coming in with all the good players we have, it was a little bit of a surprise to see me start in the beginning and even get the amount of playing time that I have right now. Because, like I said, we're a very deep team and we have good players. So, I mean, just the coaches believing in me, and I thank them for that.
Was it a blow to your ego in any way when you got off to such a hot start and you played so well in Maui, but then you eventually gave way to the more veteran player, Akil Quinn? Did it set you back at all? Was it a problem for you in any way? Because I said earlier before you came on, I think one of the things that's been so impressive is what a great teammate you've been this year.
Yeah. I never had a problem with it. I've always been a team first guy. So, I mean, obviously it's a tough thing to go through, but I mean, you just have to be mature about it. I mean, I was fine. We've been playing great ever since the change happened. And then I've been coming off the bench trying to do what I can to help the team and keep supporting the guys that are playing ahead of me.
Well, you certainly have been doing that. Now, Saturday is such a huge game because, here comes Boise State. These guys beat you down pretty good when you were up there, 61-46. This is yet another opportunity to avenge a conference loss that you lost the game on the road. You get them now at home. And, Trey, I'm sure everybody in the locker room must be chattering just a little bit about this is the game that can almost virtually lock up the conference title.
Yeah, it's definitely been talked about. And it's like you said, it's a big week for us. And it's, we're just making sure that we try to repay the feeling that we had leaving their gym and make sure they have that same feeling when they come to ours. Because, like you said, it wasn't a very good game played by us, but we're going to bounce back and have a good game on Saturday.
All right, well, we look forward to that. Let me ask you, who do you room with?
I actually have a room to myself, but it's me, Malik, Zylan, and Kevin. We all stay basically in the same hallway.
All right, so the heralded recruiting class, you guys, I'm going to guess, are all really tight, yeah?
Yeah.
And with that, I'm sure you're hearing a lot of talk that Malik is already being projected as a first-round draft choice in the NBA draft, right?
Yeah.
Please tell me the truth, that you guys at night are sitting around the four of you and you guys are talking about that.
It's been mentioned because, I mean, like you said, it came out of nowhere, kind of. Because, I mean, he wasn't really playing that much, and then now he's getting playing time. And he's been playing great lately, and his name's been skyrocketing. So, I mean, it's kind of hard not to, when you see it, be like, wow, like, that's crazy. Like, we're supporting Malik, but at the same time, we're not trying to focus too far ahead. We're just trying to focus on the next game at hand and the season we have ahead of us.
People ask me, like as if I know, hey, do you think Malik Pope is going to leave after his freshman year? And here's my answer, okay? And tell me if I'm on or if I'm off, okay?
Okay.
I tell people I believe that Malik Pope wants to play with this heralded freshman class. And given that Zylan didn't get to play this year because of his injury, my guess would be that Malik is going to at the very least, come back for next year because he wants all four of you guys to have a chance to play together. Am I on or am I off?
I would say you're pretty accurate with that. We talked. I mean, we haven't really discussed that, but I mean that it makes sense. We're all really close. He's especially close with Zylan. Zylan hasn't played, so I mean, I'm pretty sure he wants that to have that chemistry on the court when he comes back. But I mean, at the same time, if he has the opportunity to go very high in the draft and he feels like that's the best decision for him, we're not going to be the ones to hold him back. We're just going to support his dream and back him up in the end. Yeah,
the only reason I say that is because I looked at his Twitter feed, and he's got the picture of all four of you guys. And I went,
yeah, we're real close. We're real close, that's for sure.
Yeah, I would think that you guys would all want to see what it's like when it's your team, not when you guys are freshmen coming off the bench on their team.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, it's something for sure that intrigues us a lot. That's for sure.
I asked Matt Shrigley this. I'm curious. Have you had a chance this year to go back to Saints and go see a basketball game? And if so, what's it like when you go back?
Yeah, I went back to one about a month or two ago. It's pretty crazy to think, like, I mean, to me, it wasn't even that long ago. I can remember us playing in that same gym. I can remember all the hard practices we had, all the games we had. So, I mean, it's definitely a crazy thing to think about. And at the same time, it's also exciting to see all the young talent that's up and coming from Saints, and especially in San Diego.
Yeah, but how about the way they treat you? Like, oh, man, hey, there's Trey now. Trey's a big star at San Diego State now, you know?
Yeah, that was a little different. Instead of usually just walk by, no one takes a second look. Now it's you walk by, everyone kind of looks at you and then whispers to a friend something, has to take pictures, things like that.
That's cool, man.
It's been different in that sense.
Well, it's great to have the local guys stay home. You know, I saw a couple weeks ago the UT had a list of like every kid from every sport that's going on to play somewhere in college, not just the big-time Division I scholarships, but, everybody. And there was like one kid in boys basketball that was going to Arizona, and I want to say it was next year, And there was only one guy in all of San Diego County that was getting a Division I. There were a couple kids going to Ivy League schools, not to take away from them, but you just hope that from a James Rahan to a Matt Shrigley to now a Trey Kell, that other local high school basketball stars would prefer to stay home at San Diego State rather than get out of town.
Yeah, that's something I thought about a lot. I mean, to me, it's everything you could want. You could see your family whenever you want. At the same time, you still have that separation from your family. So if you feel like you want to get away, you can. They can come watch all your games like they have been growing up. So, I mean, I feel like it's the best of both worlds. Instead of just going to somewhere across the country, you have to watch all your games on TV. You can't see your family that much. So, I mean, I feel like it's a benefit to stay home.
I was always jealous of my college teammates because I had gone way away from school, and I always remember the guys that were local. We'd on Sundays we'd go to their house to do our laundry. I was like,
yeah, you got to take advantage of that. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's great. Hey Trey, phenomenal freshman year. Keep it going. We'll see you down there on Saturday for the game against Boise.
All right, sounds good. Thank you for having me again.
Thank you, Trey. Appreciate it.